A very good morning to all. As you probably know, August 6th is observed as Hiroshima Day and August 9th is observed as Nagasaki Day. It aims to promote peace politics against the war. This day is a reminder against the bombing attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki by the United States during the Second World War. In 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb in Hiroshima. 3 days later, the second bomb was dropped in Nagasaki. U.S. President Harry S. Truman had ordered these attacks. This was near the end of the Second World War. The atomic bombs had been created through the Manhattan Project. The atomic bombs had been created through the Manhattan Project. They created 2 bombs. The first bomb was called Little Boy and was to be dropped in Hiroshima, and the second bomb was called Fat Man and was to be dropped in Nagasaki. 6 days after the explosion over Nagasaki and after the Soviet invention of Munjoko, Japan surrendered to the Allied powers on August 15th. Japan signed the surrender paper on September 2nd. This had officially ended the Pacific War and the Second World War. Thank you.
Sadako Sasaki. On August 6, 1945, a B-29 with an atomic bomb took off from Tenya into Japan. At that time, Sadako was 2 years old. Her family were having breakfast. Sadako was 1 mile from ground zero. She was blown and torn up by the bomb blast, and she was exposed to radioactive rays. But then Sadako has grown up in good health. Sadako excelled in many sports and was a good runner. In a spring track meet, Sadako's team finished last in a relay by dropping the battle. They were frustrated and trained rigorously after school. In the northern track meet, her team won an overwhelming victory. After that, something unusual happened to her. Sadako's neck began to swell and she felt a lump. In February 1955, she was hospitalized with leukemia. She has less than a year to live. In July, a girl with leukemia passed away at the age of 5. Sadako said to the elder girl in the same room, "Will I also die like her?" Sadako knew she had leukemia. The other girl said, "Don't say like that," and they embraced and sobbed. In August, a string of 1,000 origami rings were presented to them by school students. They were impressed with the beauty and began to make origami cranes. Sadako believed, "If I could make 1,000 cranes, my wish will be fulfilled and I would be with my family again." So she continued making cranes. But Sadako's condition has been getting worse. In September, the swelling spread throughout her body and her left leg swelled up 1.5 times its normal size. She didn't mention the pain. She suffered from falling appetite, headache, sleeplessness, and high fever. But she stood all that. Sadako didn't want to cause her parents worry. Sadako loved her parents very much, and she even slipped out of hospital despite having to drag her feet to get in a bike and buy medicine for her mom who had a headache. Sadako made more than 10,000 cranes. She counted on making little cranes wholehearted by holding them with the point of a needle. On October 25th, her condition changed suddenly and her father asked her what she would like to eat. She wanted to eat some rice with green tea. No need of anything expensive. "I will be at hospital with you." Sadako's father spoon-fed his daughter. She said one word, "delicious," and she breathed her last. Sadako's body has taken to U.S. commission. After that, she was returned home. In the cascade, a beautiful girl slept peacefully. No more swelling, no more pain. The girl who had a dream to be PE teacher and her short life of 12 years. And she went to her eternal rest in heaven. Then her classmates started to raise funds to make statues for children who are victims of the atomic bomb. The statue has finished in 1958. Sadako struggled against adversity by holding origami cranes aroused sympathy all over the world. Also, after that, senseless nuclear tests have been continued. Victims of nuclear tests number more than victims of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The tragedy of Sadako is still going on.